It's Ming. Beat Ultimo.
You lose, friend. Maybe you should call for backup.
Man, he keeps just dodging out of the way. Like I said earlier, these are great for running.
I need more energy to do that. That must have hurt.
There we go. I think War Machine's the one I used a lot.
That must have hurt.
I think it was mostly because it looked cool as a child. But, the... I stunned myself.
Okay, so who's next? Do you really want to get up? Okay, so who's next?
Thank goodness he came to me.
I'd need more energy to do that. You lose, friend. This one's out.
Okay. What does energy resistant mean, really? Because I am damaging quite a bit.
This one's out. Time for an upgrade.
Now we see if we can do this.
Prepare to meet your demise at the hands of one of my greatest creations, the Ultimo Mark II.
This just looks like another one of your oversized toys, Mandarin. I'll put it down as easily as I have the others.
Its enriched titanium casing is laced with vibranium, and the servo motors are 300% stronger than the previous model.
Is that a fact? Then I guess I'm going to have to think outside the box for this fight.
You shall soon learn the foolishness of such bravado.
Jeez. This isn't intended. Why can't he just come over here and kick my butt?
No one can defeat the Mandarin!
Say goodnight, Mandarin. You lost again.
Excuse me?
I must admit, I find news of a SHIELD outpost near Atlantis very intriguing. Now I know the extent SHIELD is willing to go to gather information on countries with closed borders.
Doesn't your country, Wakanda, have closed borders?
Indeed it does. And now I wonder if perhaps SHIELD doesn't have an outpost hidden there.
Why does Wakanda have closed borders?
We have the largest deposit of vibranium in the world. To open our borders would be an invitation to those who would conquer us.
I mean, that makes sense. People have invaded
Over the
Wakanda.
centuries, fools have tried. But the Black Panther is always there to stop them. Indeed I am. Victor Von Doom has created a sizable army of supervillains.
What do you think he's up to?
I don't know, but Doom must have a truly grand scheme to risk attacks on the Helicarrier and the Omega base. You are quite...
The Black Widow is up to something, I just know it. Did you see how nervous she was on the helicarrier?
Is the Black Widow working for Dr. Doom?
Sure looks like it. She must have been trying to get that laptop to the enemy during the helicarrier battle.
So you think the enemy wanted the information on the Imperium?
Yes. That laptop shows all security systems for the building. And from the looks of those systems, the Imperium must hold something valuable.
Should we tell Colonel Fury about Black Widow?
Not yet. She's his second in command. We're going to need some pretty strong evidence to shake Fury's faith in her.
You really think he'll need more evidence?
Yes. Colonel Fury's trust doesn't come easily, and once given, it's nearly impossible to break.
Could emotions be clouding your judgment towards the Black Widow?
Okay, so Daredevil and I were close several years back. And the Black Widow and Daredevil were close not so long ago.
So maybe you're jealous of her.
No, I'm not. I'm long over Daredevil. If he can find happiness with the Black Widow, I wish them both the best. You're welcome.
Good to see we're not the only ones that are suspicious of her. Why am I talking like that in between? Oh, a comic book.
I've heard people complaining about S.H.I.E.L.D. since we got back from the Omega. I'm telling you, it's gotta stop.
Do you trust S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I trust Nick Fury. He's pulled my fat out of the fire more times than I can remember.
But what's about the experience on the Omega?
Look, Fury does what he has to
Gotta
keep the
stop.
world safe. He ain't always got the luxury of playing by the rules. I've known her for a while. She's always been good in a fight, and Fury trusts her. Unless that meathead weasel comes up with better evidence, I ain't believing nothing against the Black Widow. Of course I am. He's been loyal to me. After all the trouble I had with the Hand recently, I owe Fury my life 12 times over.
What happened with the Hand?
Let's just say that evil bunch of psychos got hold of me and turned me into their assassin. I caused a lot of people a lot of pain. But Fury helped me out. Kept me alive. And I'll never forget that. Sure
Is it bad? It makes me
thing,
want to watch. Did you say Blob? Makes me want to watch those movies again. Crazy, because we're just gonna have to go back in there when we search the place again.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the electronics lab.
Okay, and we need to ask Vision about all three of them.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
Welcome, my friend. Do you require information? I know it's a name Colonel Fury would just as soon forget. Jacob Fury was so jealous of his older brother's success that he turned to a life of crime. Yes, and to make matters worse, the Colonel was forced to kill Jacob. So you can see why Colonel Fury does not care to dwell on that name. I would suggest you talk to the Black Widow about that name. I am glad to be of assistance.
No, I'll only keep one in for right now. My ears are hurting.
Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm.
Hi, it's good to see you.
What do you want to talk?
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark,
We just received a message from Namorita, the cousin of Namor. Apparently, there is a riot going on in Atlantis.
Mr. Stark,
Unknown, but for some reason, the Atlanteans have forcibly removed Namor from his throne.
But the Atlanteans love Namor.
Yes, which means something is seriously wrong. See Wyatt when you are ready to go to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s outpost in Atlantis.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
I would not say that name too loud. He is a leader of Hydra, and a longtime nemesis of Colonel Fury.
Small thermonuclear device is
You should ask Colonel Fury about Mr. Jones.
lab.
We do not know. He has been a fair and just ruler for many years. The people love him. Perhaps, but Namor has always been kind to his people. There has to be some other explanation for this mass hysteria.
Waiting for you in the main loft, Mr. Stark.
Are the Atlanteans friendly?
When Mer people and surface dwellers first met, there was quite a bit of hostility. There were even several invasion attempts.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce
But we're allies now, are we?
The relationship between our two races is lukewarm at best. The Mer people prefer to keep us at arm's distance.
How will we get around them?
Once you reach our Atlantis outpost, you will be infected with a special nanotechnology. Mr. Fantastic and Dr. Pym had a hand in developing it.
What does this technology do?
It will allow you to breathe water with no discomfort. You will also be able to move along the bottom of the ocean, as if you were moving on dry land.
the nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Optronics lab.
You are quite welcome.
Hello, Iron Man.
Red Ralston is
Colonel Fury.
Why does S.H.I.E.L.D. have an
S.H.I.E.L.D.'s
outpost?
directive is to keep the world peace. To do that, we have to monitor the activities of every major civilization.
What would the Atlanteans do if they discover the
I'm
outpost?
sure they wouldn't be too happy, and that's why they aren't going to find out about it.
I'm gonna tell them. I'll show you. Eat my butt.
Gabe? Heck yes. He's a great guy. Back in the day, he was one of my Howling Commandos. He still is. Gabe's one of my top advisors. He saved me from making serious mistakes more times than I care to remember. You're welcome.
Okay, so that should be all the information, because I asked about every single person. Iron Man's lab. I have to talk to Jarvis Cuffs.
Ah, splendid. You located the missing cufflink. It was a gift from Miss Virginia Potts when she had been Mr. Stark's secretary. It was my pleasure.
Well done, Ted.
Good day.
Been
to you,
anything new?
Mr. Oh, yes, sir. Anything of real danger has been put out of harm's way. My name is Edwin Jarvis, and I'm Mr. Anthony Stark's butler, as well as the butler for the Avengers. You could say it runs in my blood. My mother and father worked for Mr. Stark's parents. It is a dream of Mr. Stark's that was 4 years in the making. The top 3 floors are his living quarters. The rest of the building houses his business interests.
Business interest? Doesn't he deal in weapon development for the government?
No, not any longer. Mr. Stark recently had a change of heart concerning that particular field of industry. This is primarily where new Iron Man suits are built for Mr. Stark.
I thought Stark designed the suits himself.
Oh, indeed he does. But as his designs have grown more and more complex, he has required assistance in manufacturing them. It was my...
Hey, how's it going?
Hold on, I don't know the password actually. You would probably pick Gabriel. Just don't know. E. Baron Strucker. Probably. Gabriel Jones is the man that helped him out. It would have to be Gabriel, right? Yeah, because it's his best friend. I'm sure it doesn't. It's not Jacob, the guy, his brother he had to kill. In Baron, I don't believe it was him. Gabriel is his friend. Someone he looks up to.
Thanks. When you get back from Atlantis, I'll have all the information you need. Sure. Anytime.
I hope it's not a, hey, you may figure out the consequences to your actions after. Which that's probably... Okay, we'll go to, Oh wait, I can change my suit. Yeah, I kind of like that because it just makes him harder to kill. What is nano assault? Okay, so sign. Yep. I'm not allowed to use that with the suit? Okay, that seems good to me.
Time to roll.